And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video I want to talk about last night, the game against Lyon. I haven't given you my match reaction just yet as it was super late where I was, and to be after that performance I just couldn't be asked discussing it. Also, of course, we are going to be discussing what you can read there in the title. A lot of Rangers fans are starting to question Phillipe Clement and his future at the football club. Again, I know social media doesn't tell the whole story, but you can kind of see where fans are starting to have their say, whether that be on X, whether that be on Facebook, which is a different section of the supporters, season ticket holders, and fan media. You're starting to see, questions being asked by the Rangers fan base. And again, you might not agree with it, but we're here to talk about loads of we're talking about what a lot of fans are saying, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on the situation. But again, talking about the game quickly. Again, we got pumped 4-1 by Lyon at home. Going into the game, it was always going to be a tough ask, really. Of course, even Lyon are a side that have spent £150 million in the summer. These clubs pay players £100,000 per week for a reason. Lyon, yes, they have struggled in recent years, but they still possess the quality within the team to go and damage anybody. And compared to our sort of budget, where we spent, we were finding money from the back of the sofa to buy players. It's always going to be a bit of a mismatch up. But of course, over the years, Rangers, especially at Ibrox, of course, European upsets. But it kind of feels that we are exiting that sort of golden era, if you like, of what it seemed. We just kind of lost that magic at Ibrox recently in the European nights, especially under this current regime. But having said that, we lost the game. Again, I do think, yes, we can talk about budgets and all that sort of stuff, but I just think we were poorly set up by the Rangers manager, and with just mistakes all over the park, to be honest with you. Defending wise, I think all goals as well could have been avoided, individual mistakes, and just an absolute mess. And that's the disheartening thing, because at the start of the game I thought, yes, it's a proper Rangers team, a proper clash at Ibrox under the lights, and I thought I fancied it. And you get an early chance with Cherney and fucking missing. Now, I've stood up for the boy for a while, but missing things like that, people talking about sitters, but that is unforgivable on the highest stage, and a professional footballer shouldn't be missing that. And I'm not a person to state that I'm any good at football, but my goodness me, if that ball landed to me, I would have stuck that in the back of the net, no problem at all. That was an appalling miss. And I do think Cherney, again, I think he's coming under a lot of criticism and a lot of stick from the Rangers fan base, and quite rightly so. Recently, he's been a bit iffy. I do think he does create a lot, but my goodness me, his finishing is absolutely woeful, and that was a disgraceful finish. And that chance could have changed that chance of scoring that goal and putting that goal away, which he should have been doing, could have changed the whole outlook of the game. But of course, we had a good couple of chances at the start of the game. We looked like we were going to start off really well. But then, of course, poor defending. I think it's Barron. Again, we've lauded Barron recently. He makes an individual mistake, and we know at the highest level that you're going to be getting punished for those sort of chances that you give away. Barron gives it away, and of course, chance for Lyon, they convert there. And then from there, of course, we got up the other end and react and score a goal. And then after that, really, it was all freaking downhill from there. Just poor defending all over the shop. The midfield were just wide open. And again, it seems that Clement recently, if you're talking about the big games, as I said, Celtic, Dynamo Kiev, those sort of matches, Benfica, we're making it easy. We're making it easy for teams to cut through us. And we're not difficult to play against whatsoever. The structure of our team is really easily picked off by those better oppositions. You can get away with it against the Dog and the Duck. You can get away with it against sort of Ross Counties, but you can't get away with it against a semi-decent opposition. And I don't think Celtic, for that matter, are a greater side that they seem to make themselves out to be. They're a decent side. Same with Dynamo Kiev. They're a decent side, and you could look at Lyon and go, yes, they're a big giant, but they've not been that great this season. They're a decent side. And when you come up against a decent side, this Rangers team, or Clement comes up against a decent side, then we get ripped apart and it's game over. And it just seems as though Clement has no plan to try and sort it out. And that is part of the problem. So, again, we're just super easy to play against. If anyone decent comes up against us, they just rip through us. And that's Celtic included. But, again, we didn't really have any answers for their front players. Genuinely had no answers for it. Defending woeful. Again, individual mistakes from the same people time and time again. And as I said, we didn't help ourselves whatsoever with all the individual errors. And basically, yeah, we have to do a lot better, and you're going to get punished for those mistakes. And I think a lot of people seen Tavernier make a few mistakes in that game, and seeing Castlerinjo, is that a sign for things to come now? Him getting substituted yet again, is that a sign for things to come, for maybe him to start matches? Because I said in the summer, Tavernier's cooked, he's done and dusted. And yeah, I don't like to be disrespectful to him because he's been a good servant at Rangers, but again, another poor night for him. But again, I genuinely, this is where the questions are being raised, and this is where the fans are rightfully be concerned, because we're a team week in and week out that look like they have no idea what they're supposed to be doing on the pitch. We genuinely don't, and that's why I'm always often like, oh, are we back? Oh, we're doing well against Malmo. Oh, we're doing this, but I just genuinely don't know what we're doing. And I think going forward, our setup will continue to cost us, especially in these big games. As I said, you can get away with it against Dundee United, all these sort of teams, but when you go up against decent sides, and ultimately we're in a two-team league where we've got to beat Celtic at some point to win the league, we'll get found out, and we're not going to win an Old Firm game playing the way that we are. And Jack Butland, of course, that interview that everybody spoke about, is something that's raising questions. Even him saying that we should have changed our approach, but we didn't. So again, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, fans' reaction on social media, you only have to type in Clement in X or type in Clement in some of the Rangers forums and groups. And again, I always know that doesn't, the individuals don't voice their concerns for the rest of the fan base. As I said at the start of the video, you can have your opinion on what's good and what's not good. But again, you can see a vast amount of Rangers fans are calling him out a little bit, and starting to not really believe in the project that Clement's got. Mainly because of his style of play, mainly because just being poor, genuinely, just no consistency. And I think that is a major concern for a Rangers team. Again, in my opinion, you want to know. Again, look, we've been on this roundabout loads of times in October, a new manager and all that sort of stuff. But we are in a pretty shocking position in terms of where we are in the league. The Aberdeen, actually, I said we're in a two-team league. Aberdeen, if they go and beat us, which is the form that they're in at this moment in time, it's a long way back for the rest of the season, and we'll, be looking to try and finish third place. We could be 8 points behind Aberdeen in October, which is disgraceful. And again, as I said at the start of the video, when Clement comes up against a decent side, we get completely found out. And it looks like at this moment in time, we're sticking Aberdeen in that bracket of being a decent side. So I am slightly concerned about what's to come with Aberdeen and co. But I don't know. I'm not going to call for the guy out because we've been on this merry-go-round, and who do you get in? And you got to give the benefit of the doubt with the transfer window. We cleared the decks and stuff like that, but I still want to see a bit of style of play. And I know people will probably be hearing me bring up Arne Slot a few times, but again, the guy's been at Liverpool. I know it's the Premier League is more a richer club and all that sort of stuff, but he's not signed anyone really. He signed one player, but they've already got his distinct style of play already drilled in after 2 months of him being in through the door. Clement, I don't even know what we're doing. You could say the same again for Ange Postecoglou at Celtic. Whilst they were playing pretty fucking woeful at the start and they weren't getting the results, you could still see his distinct style of play. What's his? I don't get it. And I think I do genuinely think if he loses another Old Firm game or loses that game against Aberdeen, it is going to get pretty freaking toxic in the Rangers fan base. So yeah, I mean, that's all I've got for you guys. Don't really thoughts on the result last night against Lyon. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and you Clement in or you Clement out. As stated, let me know in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.